All right, listen carefully. If you rely on Social Security, SSDI, or SSI, February is not just another month on the calendar. Something feels different this time, and you're not imagining it. I've been seeing the questions everywhere, comments, emails, messages that all sound the same. Why does my February payment look early? Why does it look smaller? Am I supposed to get extra money this month? Did something change without anyone telling us? And I want to start by saying this clearly. You are not wrong to be paying attention right now. February is one of those months that quietly causes confusion every single year. But this year the confusion is louder, the rumors are stronger, and the stakes feel higher. Because for many of you, this money isn't extra. It's rent, it's groceries, it's prescriptions, it's peace of mind. So if you've been checking your bank account more than usual, if you've been circling dates on the calendar, if you're hearing talk about extra money and don't know whether to believe it, stay with me. Because what's happening in February is not random, it's not a mistake, and it's not a surprise once you understand how the system actually works. But here's the truth. Most people never get a clear explanation. They just see money come early, late, or look different, and that's when anxiety kicks in. And I don't want that for you. Now, before you get too excited about headlines, promising bonuses or extra checks, we need to slow this down. Because some of what you're hearing is real, some of it is misunderstood, and some of it is simply timing being mistaken for new money. This month, February's shorter calendar alone changes how payments land. Add in SSI rules, add in Social Security birth date schedules, add in SSDI processing, and suddenly nothing looks familiar, and that's when fear creeps in. What if something was cut? What if something was missed? What if I need to call someone right now? Take a breath. Nothing is being taken away today. Nothing is disappearing overnight. But the order, the dates, and the way deposits show up can absolutely feel unsettling if you don't know what to expect. And that's exactly why we're talking about this now. Because once you understand February's payment schedule, everything starts to make sense. You'll know why some people see money earlier, why others think something is missing, and why talk of extra money keeps spreading every single year around this time. Now, in just a moment, I'm going to walk you through the February payment schedule step by step, slowly, clearly, without noise. We're going to separate SSI from Social Security. We're going to explain SSDI timing. And we're going to talk honestly about what extra money really means in February. What happens next might surprise you, not because it's dramatic, but because it's simpler than most people expect. Now let's get grounded in the facts, because once you see the February payment schedule laid out clearly, a lot of the stress starts to fade. The first thing to understand is this: February is the shortest month of the year. That sounds obvious, but it matters more than people realize. Fewer days in the month means payments appear closer together. It also means some deposits hit earlier than your brain expects them to. And when that happens, it can feel like something changed, even when it didn't. So let's start with SSI. If you receive supplemental security income, SSI is always paid on the first of the month. That rule does not change. So for February, SSI is scheduled for February 1st. If February 1st falls on a weekend or a federal holiday, the payment moves earlier. Not later, earlier. That's important. An early payment is not extra money. It's not a bonus. It's simply your February payment arriving ahead of time. And this is where confusion starts, because when money shows up sooner than expected, it can feel like something new happened, but in reality, it's just timing. Now, Social Security retirement benefits and SSDI work differently. These payments are based on your birth date. If your birthday falls between the 1st and the 10th of the month, your payment is scheduled for the 2nd Wednesday of February. If your birthday falls between the 11th and the 20th, your payment arrives on the 3rd Wednesday. And if your birthday falls between the 21st and the 31st, your payment comes on the 4th Wednesday. That structure stays the same every month. February doesn't change the rule, but it does change how close those Wednesdays feel. When February starts on a weekend, or when the first Wednesday hits earlier than usual, people notice. They think, that feels early. And sometimes it is earlier than last month, but earlier does not mean more. Now there's another group we need to talk about. If you receive both SSI and Social Security, your payments are split. SSI comes first. Social Security follows the birth date schedule. That means you may see 2 deposits in February, one early in the month, one later. And when that happens, it's easy to think, wait, did I get extra money? But what you're really seeing is 2 separate benefits doing exactly what they always do. This is also where bank processing comes into play. Some banks release funds as soon as they receive notice from the Social Security Administration. Others wait until the official deposit date. That means your neighbour might see their payment on Monday, while yours shows up on Wednesday. Same benefit, same amount, different bank timing, and online that creates noise. One person says, I got paid early. Another says, mine hasn't hit yet. And suddenly, people think something is wrong. Here's the truth. February compresses the schedule. It doesn't change the benefit. Now, let's address the phrase everyone keeps asking about. Extra money. This is where we need to be very careful. Some people are calling early payments extra. Others are confusing adjustments with bonuses, and some are simply repeating what they heard without checking the facts. There are a few situations where a person might see a slightly higher deposit, and we'll talk about those in a moment. But for the majority of people, February is not about new money. It's about when the money arrives. And if you don't understand that, it can mess with your budgeting, your planning, and your peace of mind. Now, before you jump to conclusions about what you see in your account, there's something important you need to hear, because this is the point where people either get excited too fast or they worry for no reason. Now let's talk about the part everyone really wants to understand, the extra money, because this is where expectations either get set correctly or get completely out of control. I want to be very clear with you right from the start. For most people, there is no surprise bonus check in February. There is no secret payout. There is no hidden program quietly sending extra cash. But that does not mean nothing is happening. What's happening is more subtle. And because it's subtle, it's easy to misunderstand. First, let's talk about cost of living adjustments. If your benefit amount changed earlier this year due to a cost of living increase, that increase is already built into your monthly payment. You are not getting it again in February. It's not doubled. It's not added on top. So if someone tells you February includes extra COLA money, that's not accurate for most people. That increase is already part of your base benefit. Now, here's where some people do see a difference. There are cases where adjustments take time to fully process. If the Social Security Administration finalized an update late, a correction can show up as a slightly higher deposit. That can look like extra money, but it's really a catch-up. This happens with benefit recalculations. It can happen if earnings records were corrected, and in some cases it happens when Medicare premiums are adjusted. Speaking of Medicare, this is another big source of confusion. If your Medicare Part B premium changed, that affects your Social Security deposit. When the premium goes down or stabilizes, your net payment can go up slightly. That increase feels like a bonus. But again, it's not new money being added. It's less being taken out. Now let's talk about the biggest misunderstanding of all. Early payments. When an SSI payment arrives at the end of January, because February 1st falls on a weekend, people look at their account and think, I got paid twice. But what actually happened is this. January's payment already came earlier in the month. February's payment came early too. 2 payments close together, same total money, different spacing. That spacing can create a dangerous illusion, because if you spend it like it's extra, March can feel very tight. And I say that because I don't want you caught off guard. Now, let me say something that needs to be said. If you look at your account and something truly doesn't add up, that doesn't mean you did anything wrong, and it doesn't mean your benefit is gone. Short months, processing cycles, bank release policies, all of these things stack up in February. Missing money is often delayed money. Smaller deposits are often deductions showing more clearly. And most importantly, there is no mass reduction happening this month, no surprise cuts, no overnight eligibility changes, no quiet clawbacks. If something needs attention, there is time to address it calmly. Now, this is the moment where I want you to feel steadier, not more worried. Because understanding this changes how you look at your bank account. It changes how you plan, and it protects you from panic. Now let's take everything we've talked about and bring it forward, because what February teaches you isn't just about this month. It's about how to protect your money and your peace of mind going forward. Now let's bring this home, because February isn't just about dates on a calendar. It's about how you feel when you check your account. It's about whether you trust what you're seeing, and it's about protecting your peace of mind. Short months like February always feel unstable, not because benefits are in danger, but because timing gets compressed. Payments land closer together. Wednesdays come faster. Deposits feel early or late depending on your bank. And if you don't know that ahead of time, it can shake your confidence. Here's what I want you to take with you. Your Social Security, SSDI and SSI benefits are still there. They are still protected. They are still following the same rules. February did not change the system. It just exposed how confusing the system can feel when time moves differently. This is why I always say don't plan your spending around rumours. Plan around confirmed schedules. Plan around what you know, not what someone online claims. If your payment arrived early, that doesn't mean more is coming next week. If your payment looks the same as last month, that doesn't mean you missed out. And if something hasn't posted yet, that doesn't automatically mean something is wrong. Most of the time, patience is the right move. The Social Security Administration processes millions of payments. Banks release them differently. And February compresses all of that into a smaller window. Once you understand that, the fear loses its power. And here's the quiet truth that doesn't get said enough. Every year, people get stressed in January and February. Every year, the schedules feel off. And every year, things settle back into a rhythm by spring. This month is about timing, not trouble, so take a breath. You're not behind, you didn't miss a secret deadline, and you're not alone in feeling confused. If this explanation helped you feel more grounded, stay connected. Subscribe so you don't have to sort through noise on your own. Stay informed, stay calm, and stay focused on what actually matters. Your income is still there, your benefits are still working, and you're doing the right thing by paying attention without panicking. We'll keep walking through this together.